Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader. Today I wanted to talk to you about some series that I have started but yet to finish. I'm a bit torn whether to finish them or not, so I thought I would throw it out and see if I could get some ideas. This isn't including book series that I am currently reading, like making my way through, and it doesn't include book series that I have read a couple of and have decided I don't want to continue. These are more the series that I maybe picked them up a while ago and was enjoying them but for some reason stopped, and I'm wondering whether I should pick them up again or not. But let me know down in the comments if you prefer standalones or series, because I tend to jump between them a lot. This year for me has been a year for a lot of series and duologies, or even like finishing an author's like work and reading a lot of their work back to back, which is unusual for me. I normally prefer standalones, but I think that reflects more of what I have on my shelves, and I normally get a lot of like standalones and try new things when I go to the library, which I obviously haven't been able to do. So I think it reflects more on my shelves that I have like authors that I really love. I have like all of their books, or I'll like, if I'm enjoying a series, like I'll buy the whole series and then that's just what I've been reading, rather than trying new things because I can't get out to buy books or browse or anything like that. So I have 5 series here. I have 3 of them that I own and 2 of them have been either ebooks or library books that I've been working on, and I just wanted to put them out there. Have you read the series? Do you think I should continue? And I actually made this list about a month ago and planned to film the video, but it never came to fruition. I never had time. It never had scheduled to do it. And actually when I went back and looked at the list today, I've actually ticked quite a few of them off. So I think just even writing the list really encouraged me to get back into some of the series. So I want to make this video almost as a push for myself as well, to remind myself of these series and why I like them and encourage myself back into them. So I'm just going to start with the 3 that I have here. This is the one that I have not read. These are all the ones I haven't read in the series. But this is Philip Pullman's Sally Lockhart series. They were, I guess, Victorian murder mystery type styles. I've read the first 2, which were Ruby in the Smoke and Shadow in the North. I have not yet read The Tin Princess or Tiger in the Well, which is the final one. And I think this was partly because I hated the ending of the second one. Not in terms of the mystery, but in terms of like the characters. It was really good up until the last couple of pages, and then there was a twist like of the storyline and the characters. Nothing to do with the mysteries. The mysteries were good, and I was like, oh, I hate that trope. And that was a couple of years ago, and I haven't picked them up since, but I enjoyed them. I thought the mysteries were good. I thought the writing was easy, and they were just nice, easy breeze throughs. And I do own the other 2 because I picked all 4 up in a charity shop one time. It was something I had heard of, that they were good. They're right up my alley, Victorian murder mysteries. So when I saw them all for like 50p in a charity shop or something, I bought all 4 of them. So I do have them all sitting there. I just haven't been able to get back into it, and it's that one page of the last book is putting me off because I really enjoyed the rest of them. So I think I just really need to get back into the mood. I haven't been reading a lot of mystery in general this year, so that's maybe part to do with it as well. But if anyone has read the series and has good things to say about it, hype it in the comments to get me hyped. That would be really helpful. And like, if the actual like arcing character storyline is good, let me know that as well, because I like the writing and the mystery and stuff. It's just the character arcs are a bit off for me. The next one I have is the Time Rider series by Alex Scarrow. There's a ton in this series, but I only own the first 5. The idea was to get the first 5, and then if I wanted to buy the other ones cheap secondhand, I could, or look for them from the library or whatever. Again, don't know why I put this down. It is about a group of children, and they're all plucked from different times. There's a girl from, I guess, our society, or early 2000s when this was written. There's a boy that's lifted from the Titanic, and a girl that's lifted from the future, I believe. Not that distant future. I think it's like 2030 or something. Oh, 20, it says in the back. So Liam O'Connor should have died, this isn't a spoiler, in the sea in 1912. Maddie Carter should have died in a plane in 2010, and Val Fearicum should have died in a fire in 2026. So these are all children that are about to die. They're plucked from when they're about to die, and they are recruited as time riders, and these are little teams of kids in similar situations, and they have a base, and what they have to do is live the same day over and over and over again. And they're normally historical significant days, without spoiling it. and they just do the same thing over and over again, and they're looking for minute changes. So it's that kind of butterfly effect, that if something different happened in prehistoric times, then these modern significant days would be slightly different. So they watch this day over and over and over again, looking for something to change. And when something changes, they know something in history has been changed by time travelers. Time travel has been invented in the future, but is outlawed, but the technology still exists. And when people time travel, it messes everything up. So they have to go back and fix it. And they're all set in different, so there's like a prehistoric one, like a medieval one, whatever. And then the next one that I haven't read yet is The Eternal War. And I believe it is for the American Civil War. Yes, it's correct. And I have been saving this because if you watch the channel, you'll know I travel back and forth between Northern Ireland and America, and I spend a lot of my time there. And I had set this aside. I guess I had read the first 3, and then I wasn't far away from a trip to America. So I was like, oh, I'll take this and read it as like my traveling book. And for some reason that didn't happen. And then I spent like a month in America and came home and was like in the middle of the fantasy series or something. And I just never got back to these. But I have this one and then the 5th one as well. So I really should pick them up because they were nice reads. But I still have in the back of my mind that I should keep this for a trip to America, which hasn't been able to happen this year, obviously. So I don't know what to do with this one. But if you have read the Time Rider series, let me know. I feel like it's not a very well-known series, but it is good and I enjoy it. It's not YA, but it's higher than middle grade. It kind of falls in that spectrum. And then we have The World of Chestermancy by Diane Wayne Jones, the author of Howl's Moving Castle. Maybe if you know it, that would be probably her most popular book. I have quite a few of her books. And I've read the whole Howl's Moving Castle series, but I've only read the first one of this. I only own the first one of this, but the same as Howl's Moving Castle, I own the first one, but I have the rest on Kindle. So I could continue on with this series at any time. And it's just, I guess, like a magical world, and it's got really interesting characters in it. It's not unique really, and it's kind of just a typical magical middle grade fantasy type thing, but it's unique in like the characters are unusual and like their motivations and stuff like that are unusual. So I really enjoyed this. I don't remember much of it, to be honest. I would need to reread this again because it was probably about 3 years ago that I read it. So I would need to reread this again if I wanted to start the series, but that wouldn't really be a hassle. So if you have read the Chestermancy series, let me know down below. Like, is it good? Does it continue to get good? Is the storyline worth it? I would be interested in it. And then I have 2 that I don't have on my Kindle, and this was a recent start for me. I'm just debating whether to continue it or not, and that is The Kingdom Keepers by Ridley Pearson. And this is a series set in Disney World, which I'm very familiar with, and I enjoyed all the little references and hidden secrets, but the writing was bad. So the premise, again, is a spoiler because you don't really know much going in, but the premise is just odd. It just seems off. It just doesn't make sense, and the writing is terrible. But like, I just enjoy Disney so much, and all the little references to all the little things that I know so well, especially at the minute not being able to get over there, is I found that like really fun, and it was a quick and easy read. But the writing was bad. But then I don't think this was meant to be oh, sorry, I'm nudging the table, I'm getting my tea. I don't think this was meant to be a series the way that the first book was written. I think it was meant to be a standalone, see how it goes, and then I think it got well received. I think they were written in the mid 2000s. I've been going since 2005, and I remember them like coming out, so it must have been around that time. But it feels as like the first one was not written to be part of a series, but it obviously eventually became part of a series. So I'm wondering if it was just to dip our toe in the water and see what it's like. Maybe the first is the worst of the bunch, and as it got popular, they put like more money into it and what support, I guess, for Ridley Pearson. I doubt I don't even think Ridley Pearson is the actual author. I would say it's probably like a team of authors writing under that name. Seems to make sense, but it just didn't work. But I would be interested to see if, with the series being popular, did they get better? You know, a lot of times with TV shows, maybe the first season isn't great, but for some reason it just strikes a nerve. People really like it, and then the second and third series just keep getting better because more money and effort gets put into it because of its popularity. It could be one of those scenarios. So I would be intrigued to see, but at the same time the writing was so bad I'm really not rushing to delve into that world again. So again, any thoughts or opinions? If you have read or heard of the series or know someone who's read it, what do they say? I would be interested to know. And the final series I want to talk about is Lockwood & Co. by Jonathan Stroud. I read the first last year, got it from the library. Obviously can't get back to get the second one at the minute. But I really enjoyed this. It wasn't my typical kind of read. It is set in like Victorian times, but it is around ghost hunting, and there's like certain parameters around ghosts, and they can only come out at night and all this kind of stuff, and it's almost like a plague. It seems to be, I can't remember all ins and outs of it, like a recent development that these ghosts have started appearing, and they're restless spirits, and these people, I think mostly children, because as you get older and older and older, like your ability to see the ghosts kind of goes away. And it's this kind of ragtag band of underdogs that have decided to open this agency. And then there's a mysterious element as well, because the ghosts are like unsettled spirits, I guess you can say. So a lot of them have come to murderous ends, or they have been swindled in life, or they can't pass on because they've got like a message to reveal. So that adds mystery to the story, which is quite fun as well. And I'm not sure why I haven't picked the second one up. I enjoyed it. It was kind of a quick read. I liked the characters and stuff, and it was just fun and different. But I think this one hones mostly to the fact that I can't get back to the library to get the second one, although I read it last summer, so I could have finished it like last year. But I gave it a bit of a break. I'm not sure. Let's just Google that really quickly while I'm here, although this video is getting long. This is probably knocking the camera. I'm sorry, trying to look at this on my laptop on the desk. But was part of it because all of the books weren't out. So I read The Screaming Staircase, which is the first one. There is The Dagger in the Desk, but I think that's just a short story. That's 1.5. And then book 2 is The Whispering Skull, The Hollow Boy, Creeping Shadow, and The Empty Grave. And The Empty Grave came out in 2017, so sometimes I read a series, if they're not all out, I will try to pace it slowly so I don't read it before the last one comes out, so that I don't have as big a wait, but that wasn't an issue. So I may either get those on Kindle or maybe when the library reopens. Who knows? So that again is a series that I think is probably one of the more popular out of the series I mentioned, so if you've read that, let me know down below. Is it worth continuing? And as I said, interested to know if you're more a series reader or a standalone reader, or what affects your decision to do that and stuff like that, because as I said, my books are mostly either like an author's complete work or series. So I think that is influencing me this year to read less standalones, because I normally get my standalones from the library. That is us for today. Let me know your opinions down below. I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all healthy. Please stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.